Transformers, transforming bots in the sky. We won't stand for defeat.
Why did you make Transformers 1 in animation? Because you have a long past in Transformers franchise.
Well, there's two reasons. The first was, I'm not sure which is first or second, but if you tried to make that movie live action, that would be $500–600 million. So in a way, it's not makeable because trying to create that whole planet, and I'm sure we could have figured out and brought it all the way down to 450, but nobody was paying that. But I was passionate when I first got involved in the Transformers, when we were doing the Shia LaBeouf's group of movies. We studied all the lore of Transformers, and the origin story of these two characters was always like, wow, how do we do that? Some of our group didn't believe we should do a movie on a foreign planet, that it's not relatable, it's not human. But I think for us, the great surprise and the great benefit of doing it is we were able to explore the humanity of the robots in a way that we've never been able to do in the live action, because we have to explore the humanity of the humans in the live action.
And was it more difficult to produce this one rather than your previous Transformers movie?
Different jobs in a way. There's this great ability in animation to go back and fix, which is not so easy in live action. I really enjoyed that part, but in a way, the way it works, it's so non-stop every day. And when you're making a Transformers film, it's non-stop for while you're shooting. But then after that, you can have a little bit of a, okay, we're gonna see you later this afternoon, but it's not like that when you're doing an animated movie.
You took the decision to have Chris Hemsworth as Optimus's voice,
yes,
rather than Peter Cullen, aka the iconic voice. Why this bold choice?
Well, since you've seen the movie, he needed to be young. And Peter is fantastic, and he will be in all the live action movies, but he doesn't have a young voice. And so we felt it was really important to communicate the age that we wanted the character to be, so that you understood that it was not a fully formed character in a way. If you think about Peter's voice, it's fully formed.
Yeah. We
debated a lot because, obviously Peter's so much a part of the franchise. But we recognized he was going to still be part of the franchise.
And you thought about Chris Hemsworth at the beginning?
Yeah, it was my idea because I think he embodies a lot of what Peter Cullen put together in that character. That sense of like righteousness, yeah, and strength, but also not dark, right?
Yeah.
Very thinking man.
Yeah, and brave.
So it was really, it was easy in a way, because Chris really stood out for me.
How did your experience on your previous films influence your work on this one?
Each film you learn something. And we had done 3D before, so that was one of the things that when we approached the 3D aspect of this film, we were able to take that experience and hopefully make the 3D better. The 3D is extraordinary on this movie, and in a way I was hoping we were going to show that last night. I've never seen 3D like this.
Yeah.
It creates a different, it's not that all of a sudden, it's so deep or that we throw things at you at the audience. You actually see the emotion of the characters better. And that's the first time where I've really noticed that happening in 3D. So that's a good example of where we take our things we've learned and they're directly applicable. There's no difference. I think the other things you do is you learn a lot about the character and the audience expectation. The actual physical production of it, nothing like. Other than you need to be very detailed when you get into the battle scenes. So that's where also we could help.
Why did you choose Josh Cooley for the movie? It's about his past on, for example, Toy Story? Or,
yes.
Yeah.
Two reasons. I really liked Toy Story. I liked what he had done. And he's had some other work that's quite spectacular. But when I met him, he has a childlike wonder and a love for Transformers, which for me was incredibly important, because I always feel like there's great technicians. The technicians can help any director in any situation. What they can't help is who he is. Yeah. A lot of the humor and the humanity of this movie particularly the humanity, come out of Josh. But I think there's something really important about that in this case, because you are ultimately going to lose your primary relationship, you know, the friendship between the two, which is super sad. So I think if the humanity of it and the humanity of the character, you know, because Optimus at the end could do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But he does the most generous thing he can, which is leave.
And there is a lot of humanity in Megatron.
Yes.
So
yes.
Why did you develop this one?
Well, we decided that no villain starts out completely villainous, right? And because it was so important that you believed their friendship and that you invested in their friendship, that it would have been very false if you just suddenly he becomes a bad guy and you're like, wait, what happened, you know? Or you showed that he was a bad guy from the beginning. So that's what happened. We really concentrated on, we wanted the audience to feel the sadness that both guys feel at losing their friendship.
Yeah. Who is your favorite character in the movie and in the franchise?
It's always hard not to answer with Bumblebee. He has the most humanity. He has the most, you know, he's funny, he's crazy. He's funny in this movie, really fun. And it was a great pleasure to have him talking. It's fun when he can only talk through the radio, but it was, in this movie, it was really essential. And also, if you follow the lore, he hasn't talked. I really like him, and I have to say Alita became a really interesting character, you know, and I would say of all the characters, I'm most interested to see what she becomes.
Yeah.
Salut, c'est le mois du futur. Sachez que je tenais à faire une petite outro pour remercier les différentes personnes qui ont permis de faire cette interview. Alors pour ceux qui ne le savent pas, elle a été réalisée dans le cadre du Festival d'Annecy. C'est pour ça que peut-être que je n'ai pas forcément la même tête, parce que cette vidéo a été tournée en juin. Je tiens évidemment à remercier Paramount de la confiance, parce que ça a été assez compliqué, je pense, pour eux de m'avoir cette interview et je les en remercie énormément. Bien sûr, je remercie Lorenzo dit Bonaventura d'avoir accepté de me rencontrer pour parler de cette manière-là du film et c'était un échange assez plaisant. Je tiens évidemment à remercier Clarkson Flux pour l'énorme aide autour de la traduction. J'ai besoin d'avoir votre avis parce que c'est vrai que j'aimerais faire de plus en plus d'interviews, donc j'ai besoin de votre avis, j'ai besoin de savoir ce que vous en avez pensé. Alors oui, mon anglais est approximatif entre guillemets, peut-être que certaines fois je me suis trompé sur certains mots, etc. Mais il y avait le stress, je ne suis pas encore bilingue, donc j'essaye de m'améliorer au fur et à mesure du temps. En tout cas, j'espère que cette vidéo vous aura plu. N'hésitez pas à me donner un peu votre ressenti par rapport à tout cela, à tout ce que je vous ai proposé dans cette vidéo. Sachez qu'il y aura la critique qui arrivera ce mercredi sur Transformers 1, qui a également été tourné, je vous le rappelle, aux alentours de juin-juillet, et pour le coup, il y a l'ancien décor, donc ça fait un petit peu bizarre, sachant qu'aujourd'hui il y a le nouveau, mais bref, en tout cas, je vous remercie beaucoup d'avoir été présent. En tout cas, bref, je tiens à vous remercier, n'hésitez pas à me dire en commentaire donc ce que vous en avez pensé, n'hésitez pas non plus à aimer, à partager, à vous abonner, parce qu'en fait, le truc c'est que si vous appréciez ce genre de contenu, je peux essayer à mon humble échelle, de continuer à en faire. On verra si j'y arrive, mais en tout cas, c'est un bon premier exercice et j'espère que ce ne sera pas le seul. Bref, aimez, commentez, partagez, abonnez-vous, vous faites ce que vous voulez et il ne me reste plus qu'à vous dire à la prochaine pour la prochaine.